a lot of people are like, if Marcus Smart's a leader, why isn't he the captain? And
no, not a lot of people. I brought that up last week.
Our captain's important. Do teams need them? Not every team has them. What's the point? Blah, blah, blah. Then Ime comes out and he says, not only are we going to have a captain, we're going to have two captains. And my initial thought was, well, that's obviously going to be Jalen and Jason. I was surprised how many people are like, no way, no. And then not only that, people were like, it's going to be Marcus and Al. And I was like, are you kidding me? So, okay, you guys go.
Sounds like Sherrod's completely on board.
He's got
I don't like that idea.
I want to hear
I don't like that idea.
I don't think it's...
What do you not like about it?
Okay, for Al's perspective, that's just not who he is. He's not going to get in people's faces. He's not going to be. He'll lead by example, but I'm not sure these guys need someone like that. They need someone that's going to get in their faces.
That's why they get two.
I think if we're going to call these guys the two alphas, we better treat them like them, right? We better treat them like so.
There it is.
At the end of the day, if you don't give them that, who's going to be the guy to get in their faces and they're going to say, okay, Marcus, we agree with you, or okay, Al, we agree. Because that's not Al's personality. And if you put that on Marcus, I just think some wires will get crossed. Yeah. And you could have something similar to what happened in the bubble. Let's just say
we were begging Al to be that guy to bring peace and sanity to the Kyrie team. And he was like, no thanks, man. Yeah, you guys are on your own.
Listen, I'm still.
You just mentioned
before I forget this, I just want to get this out there.
Kyrie.
I'm in the camp.
No, but when there was beef between the stars and the kids and bridging the gap, and can you get into a star's face? Can you tell the kids they got to be more mature? And Al was like, yeah, we just got to figure it out. And he was Switzerland there. So I don't think so.
Right.
And he was like, this is not my headache anymore. And he left. So like, I was like, Al was the only guy I thought had a chance of bringing that room together, and he didn't do it.
And listen, I'm still not sure that a championship team can have two alphas. I'm really not sure.
Andy might be gone within a year. So are you really going to name him captain?
Especially with these two. So yeah, no, I thought that too also, but especially with these two. And if they're gonna say that, if they're gonna keep up their word with they've been saying all through training camp and media day that, we believe in each other and that we don't have to be best of friends, to quote Al Horford. They don't have to be best of friends to guide a team. All right, well, give them the keys. And I think that means them being captains, them having those difficult conversations that I'm still not quite sure they're having. Maybe they are. We'll have to find out, wait and see.
Yeah.
But you have to put it on them, put the pressure on them, and see how they're able to handle it.
And you're not going to name. Here's the thing: if you're not going to name either Jalen or Jason, and not the other. So assuming it's one of them,
exactly.
And I think
so. Jimmy said this: if you have two, do you even have one? Like that's a real concern for me.
Exactly. I was going to say that
at all. You're doing
if you have two captains, you have no captains.
It's like splitting one divided country into two. Like you drew a border there, but is there really one? I don't know.
I don't know why that's the case. The point is, we have two stars.
Not to say that
I want to let everybody know that I want to let them know and everyone else know I view them as co-equals. And
why are you normalizing this so much? In what league or team have you seen two captains?
Who does this?
Who's done this?
Who's done it?
Yeah, I'm asking because I don't know, but I also don't. I don't know if it's ever happened. Maybe it has, but certainly doesn't happen often. So you guys are acting like it's so normal and such a great idea. Yeah. Why? It's never been done before.
First of all, it has been done before. In fact, I saw it first.
All right, fine. Let's say it has been done, but it doesn't get done often.
Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups were the captains, even though the leading scorer was Rick Anderson.
That's a good example.
So
I was thinking about
that's fine.
The Celtics.
And Jimmy, you're right. It doesn't happen often. But here's the other thing too that you guys aren't talking about. One of the guys that you've talked about who should be the captain, Jaylen Brown, has said who he would want to be the captain of this team. That would be Al.
I hate that.
But why does he want that?
Just wait. And that was
I didn't like that either.
It wasn't as if someone said, "Who do you think should be the captain?" They just asked him about the captaincy.
But Sherrod, I hate that. I hate everything about that. You should want that responsibility. Heck,
but he clearly doesn't.
If you're Jaylen Brown,
he clearly doesn't, and that's my issue. If you don't want it, then be honest and authentic about saying you don't want it, which he has done. Does that mean that he's going to not be a dominant player? No, he's still going to get you 25, 6, and 7, but he's not going to be that guy because he thinks someone else should be that guy.
But at the same time, though, this is the same Jaylen Brown who somewhat surprised me with the Jason Tatum comments, right? Oh, he's one of the best players in the league. I'll say, okay, this is great. Maybe this is what I was thinking, right? This is the way I internalized it, right? Maybe this is Jaylen finally saying, look, he's the alpha. I'm the B. But then what did he say after all those nice things about Jason Tatum? He can be one of the best players in this league, but so can I.
So can I.
Exactly.
So can I.
Suck it,
So hear me out.
Right? Tatum's good, but so am I. Tatum is great. Tatum is the best player on this team, but so am I. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's a recipe for a championship down the road. I'm not quite sure if that works.
Which may be why
they go into
don't
this,
necessarily name them captains just yet, because there clearly is some things they need to work through.
Okay, so this kind of goes back.
What you're doing is,
I'm not crazy about the whole captain thing too. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think what you're doing is basically saying, like, it's you two. It's not one, it's not the other, and it's certainly not anybody else. It's you guys. It is your team.
You're just like pushing. You're just like taking them and like making them hug. Like, see, guys, you're both captains. You're both
again,
besties.
And if things go bad, you'll both be blamed.
It is a tactic, and there's no laying off responsibilities. There's none of what happened last year, which is shrugging your shoulders and saying, like, what are we supposed to do? Figure it out. I'm making you captains. It's your job now. You're the stars. Lead by example. Play, and that means through effort and through the way that you carry yourselves and how you talk to people. I think it's raising their level of expectation of who he wants them to be. You don't just get to be the stars who get the ball and score 25 points anymore. Now you've got a job. I'm deputizing you. And I think that's part of it as well. It's not like, oh, Al and Marcus are tough and heart and soul guys. And you know, they get, no, I think
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Marcus and Al.
It's not that they're not suited to it. Of course they are. They're leaders. People respect the hell out of those guys. Well, Marcus, I'm going to question, because we talked last year about, like, was there something going on? We don't know. But I think it's that first thing. He just wants them to be the guys.
Well, and also,
their best players don't need to be your captains.
They don't need to be. I think he wants them to be. I think
but for this team, for this team in particular, I think it should. If you're gonna go down this road and elect captains, it should be these two.
And they're here for the long run. You don't know whether whether Al is. You know, I don't know. Anyway, Bobby,
here's
go
my
ahead.
thing about Al and Marcus. And initially, as you guys know, I was surprised it wasn't going to be Marcus, because again, we heard how he responded to it, and it's pretty evident he's not going to be one. But him, Al.
He was like, it's not a big deal.
I actually believe him in that sense.
5 hours earlier, Marcus, you're not going to be one of the captains, just so you know.
What?
What's this? This wedding's bullshit.
Al,
he punched a frame.
Al, Marcus, they're two guys who are going to think.
Too soon, John.
With the Marcus slander.
Too soon, John.
It's one preseason game. Damn.
Hey, I'm on record. I think Marcus should be the captain. That's what I brought up last week. If all these power rankings and all these people are saying that.
Come on, Sherrod. It's preseason. We got to get our jokes in now.
I know.
What's the point of
just name 15 captains? Seriously, everyone gets a gold star. Everyone gets a C. When they come out for game one, they're all captains.
All right. Let Bobby finish.
All right.
How are you going to make Marcus a captain and have him on the trade block 2 months later? Like, you know, what, I mean,
I don't think it comes down to any of those things. I think it's like you said earlier, John, putting that responsibility on someone's plate who needs it. You didn't have to tell Smart, be a bigger leader, be a louder
he's going to do it anyway.
He's going to do it anyway, and that's what he said in his answer. His answer was tongue-in-cheek, I think, but authentic. Like, I don't need to be told to be a leader in this room and do these things. We're all big guys, big boys here. You know, I'm going to do those things anyway.
Told that the young kids need to be told to be leaders.
They're going to hear every single night in that warm-up line, the captain, as they go through again and again, and it's going to be reminded, and it's just going to be that kind of messaging, that the messaging change that we talked about last week. How's Ime going to be different? Is giving a guy a captain the biggest deal in the world? No, but it's something Brad didn't do. So let's try it and see if it works. If it even changes things 5-10% with those guys, then go ahead, do it. Give it a shot. There's no downside to this. Like, I think we thought for a second, would Smart be offended by this? Maybe it's something that motivates him a little bit more. I don't think he's going to start tuning out the team and getting like out of the fold because he's not a captain. But that is still something they have to navigate there. The bridge between Smart and the two other stars after what we heard about with that relationship last year. I don't think giving Smart captain solves that. It probably does more damage, like John said, in isolating the two stars who are above him, who feel like he was getting preferential treatment anyway, reportedly.
If that's the case, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, we don't know. But that's like the one kind of internal dynamic.
Doesn't like it. He's shaking his head.
That's the one kind of internal dynamic that we have, something that grab at the very least. Because again, we make these assumptions about Brown and Tatum. Like, we have no clue. Like, they honestly could be closer than we think. They've talked about being different and there really not being a huge gap there. But
yeah, you don't even believe that. Look at you. You don't even believe it.
I just don't, like, when we think about that, I just don't have anything to go
Jason
off
Tatum
there.
plays basketball. He's in the locker near me. I know him.